Well, good morning, my friends, my family, all those who are loved ones and those who are close. This is Raymond Settles. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I'm so excited to get back in the mix of doing an occasional motivational moment for you for the sheer fact that life challenges us enough and that we deal with enough that takes away from us and causes us to sometimes be a little down, be a little distressed, not have the drive and the inspiration to do what we need to do. Well, hopefully, for just a few minutes, just want to say a few words that might encourage you to continue on in your fight for your day to get your destiny. None of us were created simply out of a random occurrence. None of us were made just to simply exist. But there's a purpose behind each and every one of us. And I am confident and I'm convinced that you can get beyond whatever issues are dogging you, are wearing on you, are bothering you because you have a purpose. You're not just here by accident, you're not here by mistake. Maybe people didn't plan for you to be here, but since you're here and because you're here, understand that there is a higher purpose involved for you that you should be aware of. Now, I'll admit, I've been accused of seeing life through rose colored glasses. I've been accused of being optimistic, even overly optimistic. But that's okay. I don't mind. I'll wear that as a bit of a badge of honor. I have seen a lot in life, and I look for the best in every situation. There's nothing that comes along the line that we can't find something good that comes out of it. There's very rare occasions where that takes place. But by and large, even in difficult times, even in challenging times, let me assure you that there is something good that can be gleaned out of that situation. You might have to look, you might have to dig, you might have to get down into the midst of things to fully understand how and why that is. But that's okay. Trust me, there is something good that you can find in just about every situation. And in fact, you ought to look for the best. Why not look for the best out of everything you deal with? You figure you're going to live life anyway. So since you're going to live life anyway, why not get the best out of it? Why not find that sliver of gold amidst all the weeds in life? Why not find that little ray of sunshine that makes its way through the clouds in our day? So I understand that it's okay. People can look at me as being optimistic, even overly optimistic. That's fine. I'm not offended. I'm not insulted by that. I gladly take that on. I much rather be someone who sees things from an optimistic point of view than from a pessimistic and a negative point of view. I'm an overcomer. I've learned that in life, overcoming is something that is part and parcel with every day of our existence, especially those of us who are black, those of us who may come from working class or lower class or poor class backgrounds. It is a privilege to say that I've overcome through some things, especially those things that I know have taken others down, taken others out. I'm glad to be able to say that I have been able to overcome because that's a great testament and testimony to what God can do in one's life. I'm reminded of a quote by former First Lady Michelle Obama. Some people say still First Lady Michelle Obama. She said that, she said, it's important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. Let me read that again in case you missed it. She said, it's important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. So understand, adversity is going to come your way. You're going to have that. It's going to be there for you. That's just part of living life. However, you can't run from it. You can't dodge it. You can't duck it. You can't avoid it. Some of these adverse times of adversity, you need to face head on. And as you face that adversity, And then as you overcome that adversity, you realize it wasn't as bad as I thought. Or even though it was very bad, I was still able to overcome it. And so the ability to overcome adversity, to face adversity, just simply sets you up for the next time adversity comes. You know you can face it. You know you can overcome it. You know that you are victorious against it. And that even as the devil, whether you believe in him or not, even as the devil brings these things your way, and he no doubt brings them to you to discourage you, to knock you down, to make it so that you cower in fear. He thinks he has a chance to get the victory, but as you continually overcome, as you continually face these times of adversity, these, as we say, trials and travails of life, you see that it's not as bad as I thought it was. And even if it is, I'm still able to overcome it because that's just who I am. That is how God made me. I make no bones about it. I'm unapologetically black and I'm unashamedly Christian. I am a Christian to my core. Being a Christian is not my faith. It's not my faith. It's just who I am. Because I've been saved through Jesus Christ and the gospel is what I do in my vocation. I am a pastor. I'm glad to be a pastor. I'm glad that God has seen fit to make something out of my life. If God hadn't stepped in, my life would be in shambles, or quite frankly, it would be over right now. And I mean that in the most literal sense. My life would be over right now if I didn't have God directing, saving, guiding, keeping, and moving, and pushing, and motivating my life. And I receive that and I understand that. And I'm quite comfortable with that. And I hadn't always been. But the good thing about it is, as I've engaged in this walk of faith, I have found that God has done some wonderful things in my life. I've seen God has opened up some amazing doors. I've seen God connect me with some great people. And in one instance, I was reminded of a scripture that was said by Jesus. And the timing of it is so perfect. Timing is rule number one in life. Jesus said, in John chapter 16, verse 33, says, I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. He says, here on earth, you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world. Jesus said, I've already overcome the world. Now, what's important about this, and here's the timing of it. He said this before he went to Calvary's cross. So before he suffered, bled, and died and then was resurrected 3 days later, he'd already said, I've already overcome the world. And Jesus says, you all are to walk in my footsteps. So Jesus is saying, since I've already overcome the world, you need to know that you will overcome the world. You will overcome every challenge, every trial, every travail, every area and time of adversity. Why? Because Jesus has already overcome. And again, he said this before he went through everything that he was going to go through for you and for me. So since he's said that, and since he's done that, we can go ahead and walk in confidence. We can walk with our heads held up high. We can walk no matter what comes our way because we know we have gotten a promised word from God himself that as he's already overcome the world, we're going to overcome the world. So going back to how things started, why do I see things with rose-colored glasses? Why do I look for the best in situations? Why do I have such levels of optimism involved in everything I see and everything I want to do and everything I engage and endeavor to do within the rest of the days of my life? It's because Jesus has already overcome the world. And he told us as he's overcome, we too will overcome. So you can take it back to the civil rights movement of the theme song of the civil rights movement, that we shall overcome. Yes, we will. We already have, because Jesus already has. And as he says, what you've seen in me do, you go ahead and you do it yourself. So trust and believe. You will get through this. It doesn't matter how difficult things may be. And I make no bones about it. I wanted to do this back on April 1st, but that was April Fool's Day. I didn't think it might be taken seriously. And as I wanted to do it on Mondays and Thursdays, I was going to do it on April the 8th, but that was my mother's birthday. I had to pay respect and take that day for her. However, as it's the next Monday, every Monday and every Thursday, around this same time, you can expect to get a little bit of a motivational moment to keep you going, to fire you up, to get you ready for the week. So yes, be an overcomer. Yes, you can overcome your adversity. Not only did Michelle Obama guarantee that in her statement, but also, and more importantly, Jesus guaranteed it, that you shall overcome. Why? Because you're his child. And if you're not his child, you should do so as soon as possible. It will be the greatest blessing in your life. Again, this is your motivational moment for today. I'm Raymond Settles, just a black man trying to do the right thing based on the will of God in my life. You have a wonderful day and you stay blessed.